that the NDC has been doing. Do you massive shake-up, changes in director of elections and the likes? You have the details. Talk to us about it.
Yes, we know that a couple of months ago, the NDC conducted its election and elected national chairman. The elective positions were actually taken care of in that election. Right. Now, as a consequence to that, the new executives have decided to make these key appointments into key positions as the party readies itself for the 2024 general elections. Okay, so what are the key appointments? The vice chairman, chairman, we have Professor Joshua Alabi, we have Dr. Samuel Sapon and Abdul Raul Khalid. Right. Now, National Treasurer Alex Treme, who happens to be a former Deputy Minister for Education. Deputy is Thomas A.C. Kuma. Next appointments, there is Molly Enim Ado. There is Margaret Ansei Mago, who contested for the women's organizer position. There is Godfred Kwesi Bimbi, George Kwesi Bimbi, Godfred Apasina Wumbe, Alhaji Yaya Kundo, and Ransford Chatman Vani Amwa. And now, more directors, we have Emmanuel Zumakwe, who's going to be Director of Administration. Director of International Relations doesn't change. The Honorable Percival Alex Segbefia is still in that role. That's a role he's handled for quite some time. He'll be assisted by Dr. Karl Mark Ahin and Mamia Fua Sechi Edu. Now, Director of Communications, no change. Kakari Samoa will still be there. And then Obobia Poko Adako has been brought into that role. Director of Elections, interesting one. One of the big ones, actually. It used to be Efriye Ankra. Yes, Efriye Ankra. We know he contested for General Secretary. It didn't go too well. Yeah, and he's been replaced by Dr. Edward Omani Buama, who's Communications Minister under Mahama, trained medical doctor, but he seems to be well versed in politics and communications, IT side as well. So he's the Director of Elections and IT. It's been put together. You have, to assist him, Madi Jibril and Dr. Rashid Tanku Computer. Now, the deputy, so these are for the election side. On the side for the deputies, IT, there is George Atta Boating and then Wisdom Yaira Deku. Another big one, Director Legal, Godwin Kujo Tamaklu, popularly known as Eduji. Yes, so it's taken up that role. Long-standing member of the legal committee, one of the young upstarts. I mean, legally in terms of that in the party, he's taking that role and will be assisted by old guards such as Baba Jamal, former MP for Akwitia, and George Lowe, himself former MP for North, vice chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs when he was in Parliament. He's going to be deputizing Eduji. Director of Research, interesting in Professor Francis Dodu. We know him as a lecturer at the University of Ghana. He's also dabbled in sports a lot, rising all the way to athletics and then the Olympic Committee level. He's going to be Director of Research for the NDC. He's going to be deputized by Dr. Justice Moses Aheto. He's a biostatistician at the University of Ghana as well. School of Public Health. And then there is Prosper Hoetu. And then Director Special Duties, Vincent Kouagbenu, formerly of the NSS. He's going to be there. Deputy Caesar Kale, Roger Jemfi, who also suffered an ill-fated attempt to be the youth organizer. And then there is Mohamed Atta Nantongma. Director of Conflict Resolution, the big one, Abraham Amaliba. He was the butt of jokes yesterday on social media, some indicating that he had been demoted, but he says rather he sees it as an elevation. So he used to be Director Legal, but now he's the Director of Conflict Resolution. Is going to be assisted by Daniel Amate. And the new one, Director of Interparty and CSO Relations, Dr. Peter Boama Otukono, another ill-fated aspirant in the General Secretary. To become General Secretary. So Dr. long-standing Deputy General Secretary. It looks like the party has found a way to make use of his talents, actually. And so he is going to be the Director of Interparty and CSO Relations, Dr. Peter Boama Otukono, and deputized by Mary Osi. Director Welfare, another new role, Vida Ade, deputized by William Atamuji. Director Logistics Protocol, Ludwig Kloger, that was the former youth organizer of the party, and deputized by Mohamed Kweku Doku and Amanda Oche. And Director of the party school is Dr. William Haji, formerly of the NI. So these are the changes.
These are the
we have people going out, others also coming in.
Right. Many thanks, Stu. Let's